Sam Smith, what are you doing? The very talented singer Sam Smith has been all over the media for the last few weeks. Today I'm going to react to his new music video, I'm Not Here to Make Friends, his performance at the Grammys, and lastly I'm going to react to his fans and haters because I disagree with both sides. Shocking. The first thing I'm going to react to is his performance at the Grammys, and it got a lot of backlash from conservatives. Now, my take on this is I don't really have a problem with the performance. The right is calling this a satanic ritual, and I think it's so cringe how conservatives are so mad about this performance. Personally, I don't like the performance. I don't like the theme, anti-Christian theme, but how can I be mad at it? They're just performing in costumes. What I did find weird was their acceptance speech because of course they did win a Grammy for their song Unholy.
Sam graciously wanted me to accept this award because I'm the first transgender woman to win this award. and I'm so... And I just want to thank all the incredible transgender legends before me who kicked these doors open for me so I could be here.
Again, I don't have the biggest problem with this speech, but what I do wonder, why is it relevant that she's trans? Why prioritize talking about you being trans in an acceptance speech? I can't help thinking like, is that all you are? Just a trans woman? I would say no. And the standing ovation just because she's trans, and just because Sam was like, stand up, stand up. Stop.
Here's my controversial opinion on this Sam Smith Grammy performance. It's just good marketing. You guys didn't bat an eyelash whenever you used the song on TikTok to make your videos go viral. You've all heard the song before he ever did a performance. It's called Unholy. And guess what? You're all talking about it. It's just good marketing.
I 100% agree with this woman. She's spot on. If you truly don't like Sam Smith, stop talking about him. Because you're only promoting him and his music. And that's why I was so hesitant making this video. I really don't want to make this video, but there's so much to discuss about what he's doing lately, so I can't keep my mouth shut. Sam Smith just released his new music video, I'm Not Here to Make Friends, and I have a lot to say on that. Some of his fans seem to think that the reason why he got so much backlash is because he's non-binary and overweight. Why did I do this? He is fat. You know what I mean. Apparently the song is inspired by this.
I went on a date and the guy, you can just tell when someone's not there to like get down. I had to sit through this date and I was like, oh my God, you've wasted my night. You've wasted hours of my life. I'm always polite and nice, so I sat through the day and then went to bed and then woke up next morning with a little hangover that I didn't want. I got in the studio with Jessie and literally I just said that. I didn't come to make friends on this date. Then the song happened.
So in other words, this guy didn't want to have sex with Sam Smith, and instead of thinking, oh, that's okay, you don't have to, we can just move on, he's gonna publicly shame this guy. And the way Sam said, oh, I felt like I was wasting my time. Ego much? I think this video describes the narcissistic culture we have today, the me culture. I'm not here to make friends. If you don't like me, then fuck you. I don't care because I'm a badass bitch. And I hate that attitude so much. It's promoting this narrative that you're never the problem, you're perfect, you should never change yourself. It's everyone else who has a problem, who's the problem, and I just don't agree with that at all. But to talk about the most controversial stuff about the video is this clip. This is obviously extremely sexual and I think it's disgusting, and I'm not a prude, but I think this is inappropriate and it doesn't belong on YouTube, and I really hope that this video is age restricted. I made an innocent video with my good friend Ariel Scarcella where we took a quiz on who's the biggest TERF, and it got age restricted. If this is not age restricted, I'm gonna be so mad because I hope that kids are not seeing this. A lot of people had a problem with his outfit, and me too. The problem I have with this outfit is his pastries. He's a man. Yeah, he's fat. he got some man boobs, but he's still just a man. I think it's disrespectful towards women because they don't have a choice. They cannot show their nipples on YouTube, but he can. But he's acting like he's not a man. And the last thing about the video is this scene where I have no idea what's happening. I can just show you. Why? Why? This is a BDSM music video, and I'm not here for it. And before I go into depth about what I think about the music video, let's hear from his fans.
Miley Cyrus has done this, Nicki Minaj has done this, so many people have done this, and what I think the difference here is that Sam Smith was assigned male at birth, and we are not used to seeing people who are assigned male at birth dance around in lingerie and corsets and things like that.
I think it's safe to say that whatever Sam Smith is doing lately, we've all seen it before. I mean, the disrespect to forget about some icons out there who've done this before. And I don't remember that Nicki Minaj, Madonna, and Miley Cyrus didn't receive any backlash at all for doing the same stuff. But even if it is true that men receive more backlash than women in this area, are you saying that men are oppressed?
People are being so freaking mean to them. And then when that is rightly called out as being fatphobia, those people are just defending themselves by saying, oh, it's not fatphobia, it's just that the outfit doesn't flatter them. It's that, like, this is bad styling. Sam Smith has literally talked about how their weight gain was because they were recovering from disordered eating. Honestly, the thing that sticks for me most about all of this is the things that people will insist are not fatphobia using logic that's literally fatphobia.
Fatphobia isn't a real thing. Sam Smith looks terrible. He looks unhealthy, and if someone is pointing that out, it's because that person doesn't want him to be unhealthy. They wish him the best. That's kind of how it usually works. You're not actually in recovery of an eating disorder if you're becoming overweight. You can actually treat your eating disorder by becoming actually physically healthy. So stop using his mental health in all of this.
We need to acknowledge that as a society, we've been conditioned that there is only one version of sexualized and sexy that is appropriate for primetime TV. And it is white, it is thin, and it is gender conforming. And anyone who goes outside of that box will get significantly more flack for sexualization and, oh no, what about the children, than the people who fit in that box. Because the people who fit in that box turn these same people who complain about it on. Where were you when Britney Spears was all, I'm a slave for you, baby? Where were you when Katy Perry literally was shooting milk and confetti out of whipped cream cans coming out of her boo-boo-boos? You didn't care because that was hot to you and therefore that was okay. But get someone like Sam Smith who's gender non-conforming, who doesn't fit that skinny thin body, and suddenly it's all, oh no, what about the
That's simply not true. All the artists you just mentioned received backlash back then. If something is overly sexual, some will have a problem with it. And you have every right to disagree that it's overly sexual, but can you at least try to make up real arguments instead of strawmen? If you don't think that Sam Smith's new music video is overly sexual, I'm afraid to know what you think is overly sexual. And speaking of that, I think it's healthy to be provocative. You start a debate, a conversation. But I don't see Sam Smith as provocative. I see him as vulgar. I see his music video as vulgar. Not provocative, just disgusting. And that makes me think, what is he gonna do next? Eat a poop in a video? I've heard this before that it's anti-gay to criticize Sam's new music video. But you're just exposing yourself about what you think being gay means. If you think that drinking pee and BDSM in general is the essence of being a homosexual, you're a homophobe. I mean, I hope that people know that there's more to being gay than being overly sexual and having all sorts of kinks. And the last thing I want to say to all this is I think it's a little bit ironic that people call it homophobic to criticize Sam Smith, the new Sam Smith, when he doesn't identify as a man. Sam Smith cannot be a homosexual man if he doesn't identify as a man. You can't have it both ways, honey. Thank you all for watching this video. What do you think about Sam Smith? Leave a comment down below. Remember to like this video, hit subscribe and the notification bell. And if you want, you can support me with a small donation under Super Thanks. It would mean the world to me if you did it, so thank you. And I'll see you all in my next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.